May I please have your attention, please?
2022, take it back to '01. Back when yelling "F" was shocking and fun. Back when Musketeers exploded onto the scene. Britney and Justin were in sync, know what I mean? Steven Tyler screamed he didn't want to miss a thing. Back when Carson Daly dominated the screen. Back a couple decades before I felt old. Before Janet Jackson had a whole nipple exposed. Whoa. Hold up, whoa Nelly. Dr. Dre is scheduled to be featured on my telly. This about to be the best, there's nothing you can tell me. A heavy dose of nostalgia, no better way to sell me.
Just then, a panic falls.
I think I need to get my friends Frank and Jen and Cole. There's no way it will be better than the TRL show. Kane and DB, hell no. Hype beats will get fair for show. Time to level my expectations, still low. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo.
And now I know that whenever my expectations get too high, I need to Dillo them. I need to Dillo those expectations. Because what could possibly deliver to the hype that's in my mind? Nothing.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Dudes. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday Live at Dillos Diz Resort. Welcome aboard. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. I just received a text from our good friend Nate Hardy.
Oh.
Who said, love you, but I'm watching the committee hearings. And I thought maybe we would be the alternative.
Right. You need a balance there, no?
I mean, at least a break.
A
10-minute recess. 10-minute recess. This just in. 10-minute recess.
Oh, well, he has time then. Drop in for 10 minutes, Nate. Come see us. I'm going to sneeze.
So here we are for the next half an hour or so, depending on how it goes. Jen and I will be talking about 3 topics or subjects related to the theme parks. Just related to the theme parks. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to talk about the topics right away as soon as Jen stops sneezing uncontrollably.
That may not happen, so I think I'll just have to go with the show.
Topic number 1, Bobby. Bobby. I mean, I'm sorry if you don't get the Sondheim Company reference, but earlier today, the Disney board released a statement regarding your friend and ours, Bobby Chapek, and we'll talk a little bit about that.
Who's friends? What? Lexi, you're just in time. Frank just said Bobby's name, so you're in time.
Perfect. Bobby. Topic number 2, D23, but not me. D23 announced today its presentations, the biggest presentations at the D23 Expo this year. So we will examine that. And topic number 3, Jurassic Life, the latest Jurassic Park movie comes out tomorrow. And you know what happens when we talk anything Universal.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Dudes. Featuring Steppers. And Jen.
Steffers know I'm sneaking my dinner on the side playing these videos, so she's busting out her snack. Steffers, hello.
Hello, it is me. It is Steffi. Hello, friends of the internet.
Hi,
Steffers.
Steffers.
Hi.
I actually was wondering if you were going to play that opening first.
Right, I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about playing them both back to back and really confusing everyone.
Yeah.
But Steffers wasn't. I could tell Steffers wasn't like ready to go.
Yeah.
So
Well, I had to wash my
give her some time.
hands, like, you know, but like I had to wash my hands. Feel me?
No, I understand. Steffers, last week I texted you. I said, "When are you going to Universal again? What dates will you be at Universal?" You were hemming and hawing about fall and winter, and lo and behold, you're here a week later. What the heck happened?
How did it happen?
I will tell the Dillos Diz universe what actually happened. I'll give you the tea. So the tea is, wow, am I really close to everyone's face? Because I feel a little close.
You're
sorry. I actually have like things to say, but I originally pitched to Universal to see if they were doing anything for the ET 40th anniversary, which y'all know. Okay, y'all don't know because y'all are ET haters.
Well, we know that we know that Jen is 40 and ET came out the same year. These are the things we know.
So yeah, the 40th anniversary. That was a little harsh, Frank. 40th anniversary is Saturday. So I was like, well, let me see if I can pitch to them and come here for the 40th. And I waited, didn't happen. And I still came anyway.
Yes. You just do it. Do it. And then you tag them and then they go, oh my goodness, look what we missed out on. Can we use all of your stuff, Steppers?
Correct. That's really the hope and the dream. I will say the other thing that swayed me is there is actually limited edition 40th anniversary. Like the ET photo op after you get off the ride has like a 40th banner on it, and there was cute little 40th tchotchkes that I bought from the tribute store. So it was not a failed trip at all. I 10 out of 10 recommend.
So you came in on Wednesday?
Like I came in at
today,
12 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Oh, on Theme Park Thursday, of course.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
And when are you leaving?
It's Saturday morning.
That's a nice little Dillo trip, is what that is.
Yeah, I really channel my inner Dillo when I book these things. I just want to let you know. Yeah.
It makes us happy to see so many people taking on our influences, you know, like just say,
it gives me great anxiety. I'm really glad that you say that, but it gives me great anxiety to fulfill your lifelong dream. I don't know how you do it. Also, hello at everyone in the chat.
Yeah,
I have to like
Lewis and Nate and Jeffers and Shannon and Lexi. Am I missing anyone? Jeffers, did I say?
Yeah, it's hard for me. I have to like pop it up and then it blocks me. And yeah, I also had a few drinks, y'all. Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, I'm gonna BRB. Keep talking to.
Oh, okay, bye. I am staying at Aventura. Aventura. So what I wanted to do is take this time to stay somewhere new because I haven't actually stayed here. I've heard the different things about it, but it's like, let me go and investigate for myself. And I didn't want to like drag Jackson to do it because he likes what he likes, then why am I going to change it if it ain't broken? So I'm going by myself. I can just break it myself. So that's what I did. I'm showing off my motion sickness.
Is there a Universal hotel you have not stayed at yet?
This one.
Just this one.
Which is no, and I haven't stayed at Endless Summer. But you probably will not see me stay there. Respectfully, it's not a diss on anyone. I don't like shuttle buses. Mm-hmm. And that is my main gripe with the distance of where it is. It's a great value. I've heard great things. I have friends stay there. Personally, me, I'm as the kids say, bougie to stay there.
So you probably have blogged about this or talked about it before, but I'm going to ask you as of today, June 9th, which is your all-time favorite Universal resort?
Depends on the year. However, the correct answer is Sapphire Falls, but Sapphire Falls is an ideal during peak seasons like summer or, holidays and all that stuff. So then my answer would be Hard Rock. But Sapphire is my overarching favorite. I just don't stay there all the time because I need the express. My TV just turned on and now I am scared.
They know you're live. They're
Nate
watching.
talking about shuttle buses from the AK Lodge. Nope.
Oh.
Okay. The Disney people are used to shuttles. It just doesn't seem efficient when you could walk, in my opinion. It's like if you're at Magic, or if you're at the Contemporary and like you take a shuttle to Magic Kingdom. That's how I feel. Like I could just walk.
Isn't it true that our friend and long lost sibling Angela Dahlgren, she's a big fan of the shuttles at Universal? Yes,
I don't know. She can be.
She can be.
She can be. I will say, the last time she went on her trip, I put her on to Ubering to Hard Rock I think she was staying off site then though, so don't quote me. To utilize their entrance to the parks because that's a better deal.
Interesting.
Whenever she's Angela Dahlgren using shuttle buses or Ubers, that means she's not DMing me, yelling at me to be on time.
No, she is actually yelling at me, Steppers, where do I go?
In all caps.
Yeah, no, actually, and then I had to like send her pictures and circle on the pictures. It was a really great time.
Yeah.
All right, breaking news. I'm on Facebook in a sponsored ad. Who wants to see that, right?
Who wants to see it? Here comes Frank. Make it full screen.
No.
We just got done with Disney's Mickey and Friends and Extra Big Adventure here at camp. That's right. Everything about it is amazing. Immersive, interactive, giant popcorn, giant hot dogs, giant soup, ribbon slide. Everything about it you'll love here in New York City. Do it now. Get down here. Where can you do it?
I can't.
I'm sorry. Were you in a commercial? Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
That was fancy.
Look at him.
Wait, hold on. Wait, but Jen was there first. Where's Jen?
Mine will be out at some point.
Okay, but you have one. I just want to make sure Jen gets the love she deserves because she actually actively posted on the internet that she was participating. Angrily chewing on broccoli.
I mean, I think I did too.
Maybe you did, but I only pay attention to Jen.
That's fine. That's fine. First visions of the children everyone's getting to
yes,
see.
all children, the 8 to the 6 and the 5-year-olds can be seen in that little ad there.
It's good this happens when Mrs. Dillo is overseas.
Nate, I want to hold on. I just want to address Nate's question here, asking who my agent is. Nate, it's going to be you, because mine involves voiceover work. And Nate, I know that you are a big fan of my Dashing Destinations commercial, so I think you're really going to appreciate my voiceover work for camp stores. I'm just saying. So, thanks. Okay.
Can I just have a side tangent for like 2 seconds? I promise we can go back to your topics because I know you have 3 topics about 3 things, and like I can talk about the last one actually. Y'all see this? Y'all see this food?
Yes.
I took this to go from the hotel downstairs. This is what they served it in, and this is all I have to eat it out of.
That's your dinner? Oh, I thought it was like a treat. I thought it was like ice cream or a shake.
No, this is wok. So they have a wok station downstairs where like you can like build your own like wok bowl. And then I went down to the bar, hence why I have a drink, and I got 3 bao buns to try because y'all like food content. So this is me giving you the content you deserve. And the bao came in a bigger container than the wok stuff.
Interesting.
Why am
That's
I
very
talking?
interesting. Will are you gonna be on TikTok live today, Steffers? Tonight?
Do you want me to be?
I think you should be, right? I
should.
mean, as much as possible.
Especially after a couple of cocktails. So we talked about Legoland New York today on the Theme Park Thursday podcast, and Shannon is here to tell Jen that they don't have seatbelts that need checking on
Okay,
the
so
carousel.
Shannon, 1, do they have seatbelts on the carousel? And 2, do they just do what Disney does, which is like, okay, we're good. Do they just do that? Because like you had Sesame Place overly like making sure the threads of the seatbelts were together. Then you had Legoland, who just did the little tug. Here we go. And Disney, they don't even bother. So I would like to know the exact process for Hershey Park. Thank you.
Are seatbelts actually a thing on Carousel? Is that
Usually
that's
get,
not, I'm genuinely
little
asking.
rope, little safety loop
Drape a
belts.
belt over yourself.
The Carousel was actually reopened because it was closed for a little bit. Did not ride it because I literally only rode ET today, y'all. That's all I did today was I rode ET and I got a bunch of content.
40 times.
I don't with these lines. They don't have a single rider line, and I don't have express, so I don't know about 40, but at least a few.
We're gonna need you to go on the carousel tomorrow.
I will go on the carousel. I really want to know if there's like a seatbelt thing.
Thank you.
Now
I need to know the process. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll take this clip and we'll
Yes.
put it on TikTok, and then you can stitch your TikTok.
Yes.
To this.
Perfect.
There's a lot of
Okay.
I'm stressed over this content. I'm taking videos of like air. Oh my god, and they got rid of like the archway to Seuss Landing. Like the top part is no longer there.
Wait,
For another podcast.
Wait. Shannon is saying they just check, they walk by. There's no belts though, so people are just sitting up there.
Yeah, just making sure they're remaining seated at all times.
The children of today are not safe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Are you allowed to have your phones on the carousel, Shannon? That's another follow-up question. Thank you. I guess Hershey Park has to be the next one I got to get to, right? I've now, in the last few weeks, I've done Sesame, I've done Legoland. I got to go past Sesame over to Hershey.
Lewis acknowledging the delay on Steffer's video, but we're doing okay conversation-wise somehow. Yeah. So I don't know how that's working.
For sure.
This is the Lowe's hotel Wi-Fi because you also do not get signal at this hotel. So
right.
Sorry, but also I can leave.
Okay, all the theme park. First of all, Steffers, you're not leaving. Second of all, nobody wants you to leave. Third of all the theme parks coming in to the chat. Six Flags. I mean, Lexi, I don't know about that. Adventureland. Yes, I can go down the road. Basically, we should meet up, Lexi, right after we do Frank's challenge. And Dollywood. Nate is saying yes, and that we need to do. Oh yeah, I got to get up to Canada too, right? Maybe when we go up to Oswego to see Frank. Who's coming, by the way? Who's coming to see Lenny Burrows in August? Let us know. August. Steffers, you coming out?
GoFundMe. That's my birthday. Okay, that's my birthday month. So, like, I'm going to need specific dates.
What's the dates?
The 14th and the 15th.
Boom. There
that's
you go.
after my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
After my birthday. We'll see.
All right. Well, so Lexi's in. Cool. Oh, phone. Oh, and wait a second. No seatbelts and phones are allowed on this carousel at Hershey. This is crazy.
Danger. Danger.
Crazy.
Lexi with the what's the plan about the Renaissance Festival?
Well, you just show up and you just climb all the dirty hills. That's all.
That's it.
Jeffers will be there. Jeffers and fam will be in tow. All right. It's going to be a meetup to end all meetups, guys. So everyone be there. I don't think Frank actually believes that it's happening. And it is. It's happening.
Bobby.
Okay, no. That's not an endearing Bobby. It's like a Bobby. That's all it is.
Right. So here's the quote from Scott Gustin's. Is that how you say his name? I'm not sure. Twitter there, he posted the quote from the New York Times. I think that's where it came. The strength of the Walt Disney Company's businesses coming out of the pandemic is a testament to Bob's leadership and vision for the company's future. In this important time of business and growth and transformation, we are committed to keeping Disney on the successful path it is on today. And Bob and his leadership team have the support and confidence of the board.
Whose quote is that? Like, who's saying that? Scott or like?
No, it's a woman that was like quoted in the Times. I don't know. I think
she's the person whose pockets are lined, is what you're saying.
I mean, there's a lot to discuss within the subtext and the who's releasing this information.
It's a yes or no question, Frank.
I mean,
yes or no.
Da 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 da.
Lexi is getting ready to put in her angry eyes over this one.
So here's the thing, right? So we knew the guy who blew the whole cosmic rewind announce date. He left, right? Now that people are saying that he got fired. Jeff Morrell, I think that was his name, right? And then today, I think it was today, announced that Peter Rice, the top TV content executive, was also fired. So, the heads are rolling around the Emperor's new clothes and new quotes. So here's the thing. Is he successful right now in the business?
Successful with turnover. Sorry.
Oh, snap.
Hey, wait.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the cocktail talking.
See, and Lewis is here. I knew Lewis would be here to be the devil's advocate. He seems like a great business person, but not a tremendous communicator.
Yeah, I mean, he got the pockets relined, but he didn't, like, at what cost? It clearly seems like the people who, like, wants a voice got, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things, and there's the political side of things, and there's if you're looking at big picture, long term, I don't know if you can make that statement. They're saying, oh, great, you're putting all this $15 of the genie in our pockets every day. Great. But there's these other things in the long-term picture that if I was the Disney board, I'd be concerned. Now, there's the other part of me that is like, listen, when you put the word confidence into the quote, it's a bunch of BS.
Lexi saying, who is the one who handled publicity?
Yeah,
Not me is the answer. And if I can put on my BFA and public relations hat for a second,
Thank
I
you.
also don't want to do publicity for Disney. That's all. Okay, thanks. And Lewis is saying, does anyone watch ABC TV shows? It's at a lull, I would say, at this point. I feel like all the networks, they go through these ups and downs of what is popular on their networks and what are the strong shows every season. I did not watch, I don't think, any actual network TV this season except for This Is Us, obviously. And I feel like the last show that I would on ABC that I would really watch often was probably Modern Family, maybe.
Oof. I didn't
But
watch that.
like, I don't know. But I guess
The
they brought
Bachelor?
on
The Bachelor?
The Bachelor. No, I got off that train a long time ago. I dabble, in the
we lost
articles,
Stephers.
but
We lost her.
yeah. Oh, Stephers.
no
Oh,
issues.
she's back. Okay.
Sorry.
Jordan thinks the genie needs to go back in the bottle. I mean, I don't think anyone.
Okay, can I make a comment about Genie for 1 second?
Sure.
Yes.
I've tried Genie in Florida, and I have been watching people who utilize Genie on both coasts. They should have just kept the dang Max Pass, whatever the thing is in Disneyland, because it's the Genie Max is when it's Max in
the Disneyland. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it only works well over there, but it should work well over here. You know what I mean? Because we're bigger, and I just don't understand. It's really just a money grab, and it makes me so upset. Because you can't, a lot of the time you can't get what you want for that. So sure, you implemented a money grab in various places. Okay, that's all you did, my guy. Thank you for that. Really.
Right. No, and that's what I mean. I feel like, yeah, he made a decision for here and now, but he's making decisions for months, years down the line or rather non-decisions maybe for months, years down the line that I think will affect the company negatively for a while. I could be wrong. I'm not saying the whole place is going to crumble. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid, but I think
but I think people are
how
going
it's
to leave.
perceived. I think how it's perceived, it will be different for a long time. I mean, it reminds. I mean, I have old books because I'm old, but about how corporate raiders tried to take over Disney in the '80s, pre-Eisner, and all of that. And it reminds me a little bit of that. And it took, That's what I remember as a kid. When I was a kid, everyone was like, Disney, what? Disney? No one cared about Disney, really, when, in the 80s.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was time to turn around. And now all those kids that were like, what, Disney, are now the Disney adults going all the time that I see posted on Facebook.
Hi, that's me. Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very,
I
Sopranos-esque, I think. So,
I will say, someone is always going to be the villain, though. I just want to be devil's advocate here. Someone is always going to be the villain because someone is always going to need to make up the money, especially because of the da-da-da-da-da.
mhm.
So, I mean, we're mad at him, and I get it. We can stay mad at him. But if it wasn't him, it definitely would have been someone else. Then we would still be in this predicament because they still would have had to do something.
But there's no, with Iger, because I think Lewis had beefs with Iger along the way, and
Mhm.
I think you can make the same statements about money grabs from Iger, but it was
Uh-huh.
balanced with other things, and he's had the forward-facing showman,
Yeah, but
car
Iger wasn't
car
during a
salesman thing.
global pandemic. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like, I think that makes a more pressure at that point. Like, where
More
can you find
pressure,
balance?
right? More pressure, but more reason than to communicate the Disney
Well, yeah,
message
sure,
to,
that's fair.
make us dizzy while you're taking our money.
That's fair. Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, and that's
that's fair
always been
point.
our thing, right? Is that we always say, of course, Disney was making decisions. We back in the 90s, Papa Dillo, anything that got taken away is cutbacks. I mean, we know that they have made decisions we don't always agree with money wise, and obviously we know how much everything has cost over the years. But they used to do it where it was just sort of being done, and it wasn't so in our face, and it wasn't constant, and it didn't feel like one thing after the other where they're just taking it all from us. It was
That's
spaced out appropriately.
corporation,
It was a little
baby.
trickery. It was fine. What was that, Zephyr's?
I said, that's corporation, baby.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yes.
Anyway.
Also, Lexi loves that you use the da 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 as a noun. The da 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 da.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
It was just an interesting, to me, and I don't want to do any Kenobi spoilers, but I did post a screenshot from this week's Kenobi that
like that.
reminded me of that. You didn't watch it yet, Stephers?
I did. No, I did. I watched it yesterday.
I'm just saying, I think the board can also have their way with Mr. Chapek if they allow it. So,
Yeah, they could.
just saying.
Just saying.
And a force choke.
Shannon and Lewis kind of agreeing on the fact that the system itself is difficult to use, which does not help, when paying for it. And you know what? I will never understand Disney's apps and their website and why are you Disney and why is it this bad? Why is everything so bad to use?
Why is it still
will say-
DisneyWorld.go if like it's 1999?
I used to have one of those email addresses, I think that's how I talked to Rosie O'Donnell one time. Stephers, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're probably grandfathered into some great hosting deal, so that they're just doing it to save money. I will say most theme parks have a terrible website and a terrible app, or like a clunky app. So nothing is perfect. I will be the first one to say the Universal one does not always work correctly. SeaWorld, I don't even know if they have an app. Busch Gardens, I don't even like their website because I can never find anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their things, but Disney has the money to optimize it to be at least like load better. Like it does not even load very well.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my high chair hot take moment.
All
Right. We're at the 30-minute mark, and we have.
Wait, hold on. One
topics
quick
left.
question here.
I meant to get down there today. I did not. So I will be down there. I'm sure there'll be a TikTok with me in front of the Vader billboard in Times Square. Because why not?
Right.
D23, but not me. Steffers, you're not going to the D23 Expo. Is it on your list? Would you go to the D23 Expo?
I would. I mean, I would have to go with people. I don't think it's something I could do by myself. And I know Jackson would not do it with me. But it is something that I would like. I think I would enjoy going to.
All right. So the biggest presentations were announced today. It begins September the 9th. I think that's the same weekend as someone's 40th birthday. Not Jen's. That already happened in January. So here we go. September 9th.
Whose birthday is it?
It'll be Justin Monorail's.
I was like, wait, what am I missing? Because September 9th, also Mama and Papa Dillo's anniversary. So I'm like, are you meaning anniversary? What are you saying?
No, I haven't lost it completely yet.
Okay.
Not last week.
Yeah, it's a big weekend.
So the legend ceremony, that's happening at 3:30. Guests will be treated to new details, first look, sneak peek, surprises, and announcements regarding upcoming theatrical and Disney Plus titles. Jumping to the 10th, Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm stuff. We got 3:30 Disney branded television, and then Sunday, September 11th at 10:30, join Disney Parks Experiences and Products Chairman, your pal Jen, especially Josh Damaro, for a look.
Daddy Damaro?
Besties.
Disney's boundless future with announcements and updates. Boundless. I don't know. Boundless. Without bounds. No bounds.
Okay, you did say bound 10 times, Frank, so it still will not be defined for me.
Bounds.
Like Disney Bound? Like they're gonna have like a dress update? Like what?
No, no bounding allowed. It's boundless.
I'm tired of you, Frank. I'm tired of you.
The boundless future. They're going to announce no more bounding in the parks.
Okay, you've said bound way too many times. Please move it along.
It's now like nails on a chalkboard. This is what happens when we invite Steffers in. She's like, you need to stop talking.
It's a combo. It's a combo of the nighttime and and Steffers.
And Steffers drinking as well, which is pretty enjoyable.
That's why we're keeping it going longer, because we know the longer we go, the more we're going to get out of Steffers.
My question is, when do the Dillos do Dillos 23? Because we're working our way up, right? We did 90s Con. We want to do 90s Con again. We're probably going to do Christmas Con. We're hitting the cons at this point. And Dillos 23 just seems like the ultimate con that we need to get to, no?
Yeah, and I mean, similarly to the Star Wars celebration, like they're both now, I feel like I'm looking at both, and I feel like I the Star Wars one is hard for me because I want to be there when there's like new stuff happening. So like, I'm not just going there and they're like in this in-between period. I don't want to go to a Star Wars celebration when there's like nothing going on. So, this past one, had the Obi-Wan premiere. So it's like, well, obviously that's a big deal. So I feel similarly about D23. Like I want to make sure the bang for my buck is there, is how I feel.
Right. Mm-hmm. Interesting. If you like tomorrow but hate Chapek because of the parks, I think you may have missed the point. Lewis, but tomorrow's so lovely, and he took a picture with me, and so it doesn't matter what he does as a job.
Right. It's to the point, though. Again, the Chapek is so bad. I mean, you said the communication, Lewis, but it's the forward facing. And if he was better at being forward facing, maybe we wouldn't have this much of a problem. But you can tell that he is who he is, and we all don't like it.
Nobody likes it. I don't know. Oh, I almost said, let me not. I almost made a comparison that would have made it so this episode could not go to YouTube. And we don't want that for the second week in a row. We're going to stay. JPEG selfies, Dillo goals. No, Jeffers, no.
Selfie. Can you imagine trying to go up to JPEG and ask him for a selfie?
Hey, excuse me, can I take a picture? Great. Just kidding. Yeah. Yes, we are sucked in by his charm, Lexi. And you know what, New Yorkers, we buy into the charm. Well, that's what we do here in New York.
pause it. Like I really, right? No, I can't. I mean, the committee hearings are going on. We know enough. So.
This is where I was going before with JPEG.
Stephers, how's it going over there?
That's really very
It's Jeffers. All right. These two together, right? So JPEG is a wet blanket.
I'm sorry, did you just say he is clearly not an attractive? Can we go back to Lewis's comment?
Right, hold on. Let me say this first. JPEG is a wet blanket, and I see Jeffers post $27. Is the wet blanket $27? I'm confused.
Are selfies $27? What is $27, Jeffers?
So clearly not an unattractive person. Why didn't you just say he's a very attractive person, Lewis? Like there's no
he's pretty.
Just say he's so pretty, that Josh tomorrow. But like,
okay, but that's why he's probably forward facing. He's more of the personable, like.
But he's right. It's the charisma with it too, right? He's smiling. He's saying hi. He's doing all the things. He was out there right after it reopened with the pandemic. He was out there with people. Right. Even if he doesn't, he looks like he does.
Perception is everything, as I'm told in every job I've ever held.
So, Lewis, we get that Demaro's in charge of the parks, and JPEG is also in charge of getting all the Disney Plus content we love too. I get it, but then you gotta put yourself out there, man. You gotta sell. You gotta put yourself out there and make me dizzy, so that I don't think these negative things about you all the time.
Lexi, is he a father? Would he qualify as a DILF? You can say DILF here, Lexi, and
he is.
I think either way, his nickname is Daddy Demaro. So isn't he everyone's?
Yeah. I'm gonna answer that for you. Yes, the answer is yes, Lexi.
Wait, Jeffers. Last year the selfies were $22.99 for what? What are you talking about? I'm still confused. Okay. Lewis is gearing up. So basically. We're ready, Lewis. We're ready. A person who is kind of awkward and not the most pretty can't be. No, that is not what we're saying. How
communicate
you, Lewis? No, that is not what we're saying.
He just needs to learn how to communicate with the people that he wants to buy his product.
Right. We're half joking about how pretty Demaro is. The issue is that he's out there communicating and has the charisma and when he's talking, we'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Whereas Chapek talks and it's like, oh, I don't know that you should be saying that, Chapek. I don't know that that's the right thing. I don't know.
And if Chapek was still with Hines or whoever he was with prior to Disney, that's great for him too. This is Disney. It requires a different thing altogether.
Yes.
JPEG, good businessman, fine. Go do your condiments. Disney is not the place for you.
Listen, and it's good. You need these people in the world, and you need these people in business. The people who focus on the money and focus on the financials, obviously, because it's a business. So you need to make money, and you need to have someone who is good at that and who can look at all the numbers and figure stuff out. You need that. That person is not the same person that should be customer facing and trying to make it a happy-go-lucky place and making everyone feel comfortable. Those two people will never see eye to eye on what should be the priority at any given moment. They're going to clash. And I think that's the issue. He is now the face of the company, kind of, and he's also the financial guy, and that doesn't mix well.
You are, Lewis. You are disagreeing. You're always disagreeing with us.
Lewis, we are sitting here arguing with you. Are we on your big TV arguing with you right now?
Oh my God, can I stream you to this TV? No, that's too much.
I didn't know the D23 topic would turn into Demaro
big
and
JPEG. Okay, so Lexi says he can still think horrible things about us, but he needs to control his reactions. Jeffers says, if Walt had Chapek's personality, does Disney exist today? Excellent point, Jeffers.
Nothing is the way Walt would still have to adapt to the changing economy and environment and the work. Okay, never mind. This is going to be a bigger part of a bigger conversation. I will defer.
Well, so Lewis is saying that he's agreeing, and he has said he comes off terribly. Yes, Lewis, but you also said
Oh,
You
no.
that
said it.
we said that a person who is kind of awkward and not the most pretty can't be CEO, and that is not the case at all. You don't have to look like anything. I don't care what you look like, but you do have to have a certain personality when you're part of a company like Disney, that when you're communicating with the people want to listen to you, and Chapek doesn't have that. In comparison to Tomorrow, who's also probably making bad decisions, but he's out there with the people and he's smiling and he's doing all the things and he's shaking hands and kissing babies. So there's a different perception of them.
And whether we want to trace this all back to Walt or not doesn't matter. Eisner and Iger set the bar of
Mhm.
what
Correct.
we expect from the
Now we
Disney
have
face.
low expectations. No expectations, actually. No expectations is what we should have.
You should Dillo it, is what you should do.
I think Dilloing it would be slightly still having expectations. So
That's true. That's true.
why am I cutting my face off?
I don't know. Steffers, this new Jurassic World comes out
Seeing it tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah, are you seeing
Oh.
it tomorrow at the Universal Studios Theater? They're there over in City Walk.
Yes, y'all. I'm seeing my first movie in 5-6 years.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were seeing your first movie at that theater. I was like, whoa.
No, I saw Lord of the Rings: Return of the King for like a good 4.5 hours. Let's not talk about it.
Lewis, I'm going to come back to your comment in a moment because we've moved on to a different topic, but we're going to chat about that right after this. Severs, what time will you be doing this? Because maybe we can like go live with you again on the IG or something. What time's that
During the
happening?
movie?
Well, like outside the movie, like
Oh,
a little
all right, we'll
before or
talk.
after or something.
I don't want to dox myself, so we can talk.
Oh yeah, I got you. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, Lewis is talking about Frank Wells, I think, when he's talking about the guy that Eisner had, Eisner and Wells together, right? I think it was Frank Wells. And then Chapek needs that guy. Would that guy not be just tomorrow?
Lexi, a good question. Is Chapecking it below or above Dilloing it?
The fact that you even graced him with a verb, I feel like, is, if we're going on like we're not about it, I don't think blessing him with a verb is the way to go. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it just has to be a thing, you know?
Right.
That'd be like you making da 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 a noun. So
Right.
Yeah, but that's appropriate. This is not.
Okay. Is there more on Jurassic Life before I go back to Lewis's comment?
yes, I have two
Okay,
questions
good.
for Steffers.
Okay,
Have
go
you
ahead.
seen any merch for Jurassic World Dominion yet, Steffers?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
have you seen the Universal Amber logo? Like they have a shirt
Oh
like
wait,
that,
the Universal Amber? No, the Jurassic World Amber, yes.
but they don't have like Universal. You know how they had the
With the
it looked
glow,
like it
yeah,
was-
with the no.
Steffers, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, well I will
Go
look
tell
again
some
tomorrow.
people.
I will go tomorrow and look again and try again. I was too busy focused on the tribute store that I just didn't.
That's fine. I know you're all about ET this weekend. I understand. And have you read any of the reviews yet, Steffers?
For
Or do you stay-
Jurassic World is my
Yeah,
first
do you stay
movie
away?
today that people said it sucked. So now I'm like, I'm about to sit in a 2.5 hour movie that may or may not suck. I don't
Low
know.
expectations. Low expectations are good. It's okay.
I gotta go in
Totally.
blind, which is what I'm doing. Why?
I mean, they said that about the last one, and so I went into that one blind also. Oh, not blind, but with enough like people telling me it sucked. And are we allowed to say sucked on the line? She started it.
We said
so-
DILF, so yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
and I was pleasantly surprised by the last movie. So
Well, the last movie was actually the last movie I saw in theaters, and halfway through it, I had a panic attack. So, didn't really finish the last movie. Only seeing this one because of the OGs. You know what
well,
I'm saying?
you gotta go see it for the OGs.
Yeah.
So that's really the only reason I'm seeing this movie. Only reason I'm seeing a movie. I will watch Doctor Strange on Disney Plus coming on June 22nd.
Just quick story before Jen gets back to the comments. So we're in the Wizard of Oz at the movie theater on Sunday, and the 6-year-old is like, "Daddy, look over here! There's look at all the dinosaurs." And she's like, "There's somebody there selling stuff. Let's see what they have to buy." And as she's walking closer, like she does the cartoon on the heels, like because she realizes that there's not a person behind the table; it's a mannequin with a dinosaur rubber mask that is grotesque. And she's like.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jen. Yeah, you can go after Lewis.
Lewis, coming back to you. I'm going to highlight your comment.
Thank gosh, because I can't see the comments.
Oh, okay. You are explaining what?
No, go back. What are you doing?
You are explaining 100% my problem with people in charge. I have worked for too many people with a great personality, but we're clueless. This is also a problem, Lewis. That should not be the case. People in charge should not be clueless. They should have an understanding and a finger on the pulse of everything happening in their company. But when you have someone like Chapek and you have a company like Disney, that is a whole different ball game. Really, what you need in the company is the proper team, right? You need the financial guy, you need the marketing guy, you need the customer guy. All those people are going to clash at some point, but you need all those people working together, and you need the right people facing the crowds and facing the people and answering the questions and gaining trust and doing all the things. Suffers, I did see your hands up. Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Sure.
I really would like to dive deep to the root of this issue. Are we saying, no, let me not say we. We. Are we not liking Chapek? This might be a really stupid question, but I've never really fully understood. So I'm going to ask the clarifying question. Are we mad at Chapek because he's in charge of too many things and doesn't know how to talk to people? And like the things that he's in charge of are like going aloof? Or like, are we mad at him because he's just not as great of a speaker as Daddy Tomorrow?
Everything.
I mean,
no, I think it's. I think the problem is how many things have been happening since Chapek entered the role. And
correct, but doesn't Daddy Tomorrow also have a role in that role?
Yes, but then Chapek then also opens his mouth, and that doesn't help.
So what we're saying is that he just needs to have Tomorrow as a spokesperson speaking on behalf of the changes that are happening. That's really what you're saying.
I mean, basically.
I mean, and I haven't seen Josh Tomorrow speak enough to really put any context on that.
Yeah.
We joke. We joke because we joke. We see him around. We joke.
Yeah.
But Chapek is in this kind of can't win situation. He's not the right person, I think, at deep down. But also, the pandemic, Steffers, as you mentioned, is a big part of it. She's gone. She's not listening. I'm not giving her any credit whatsoever. And then
I'm trying to find more light in this room, okay? This is as much light as I have in this room.
We get it.
But I think the pandemic has also shown that a lot of organizations don't know how to deal with things for real.
Yeah.
And they only knew what they knew. This is what we know. This is how we do it. This is what we go. And this big sweeping change came in, and nobody knows what to do with these things.
But how can we... Okay, let me be devil's advocate here. How can we blame... I mean, we can, and I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying, how can we blame someone for dealing with something that hasn't been dealt with before, not knowing how to deal with it? Like, you can really only fault him on the lack of communication, or like we can say he dealt with it in a terrible way. You can't necessarily fault him. Like what's done is done, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it ended up being either terrible or beneficial and like money wise and like recovery. But I think the only thing that we can say is that he really shouldn't speak on behalf of the company. He should have someone else do that for him. But he's still going to make the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think also it starts at the top. And I think the problem too is that the team right now, I don't think this is the best team to be handling all of this right now, because you also do have the publicity people and the people writing these statements for him and just for cast members and for guests, and all the statements are like, this is not good. Don't stop. Who's talking? Stop it. When you say something like, we listen to you, here's Genie Plus, and you have to pay money for this, and you have to do this now, and all of these things. So when, like, don't start that with, we heard you. We heard what you wanted. No, no one wanted that, but it's just the little things. When you're hearing people come out and making comments about food and people, and comments that shouldn't be made by executives at Disney, when there's just all these little things happening. The team itself isn't the greatest, but he is at the top, and he is the one driving the ship right now. So he's going to get blamed for whatever happens in the parks, on Disney Plus, with the guests, with the people around him who are working for him. So I think that's it too, is that there's not enough to take focus off of him, because everything's just not what it should be for the Walt Disney Company right now.
There was a way, there's just a way, again, and I put it at, he's in this place. So there's a way for him to portray the conquering hero while still hitting us over the head with.
Correct. But as Lewis so nicely said, if you have an awkward dude as CEO, like, some
then
people,
he can't be the CEO of Disney. He can go be the CEO of Heinz, of Gulden's Mustard, of Howland's Mayonnaise. I don't care.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's fair to say. And this is the only reason why I say this. You can be great at your job. Like, you can be great at studying and know the information, but you can be terrible at taking tests. You can know how to run the company, but you just can't speak, like, you just can't.
But then you got to get the right people around you, and he doesn't have all the right people in the right places.
That's the different. Then that's like,
isn't that part of running the company, though? Is getting the right people in the places. So
yeah, but there's checks and balances for a reason. I'm sure that there's more hands in that pile than we see. So yes, however,
I mean, he should be stomping around, going, I hope.
Well, if you're an awkward dude, then he's not going to be stomping around asserting his dominance in the.
But he should be awkwardly going around, going, I need people who are going to make me look better. Where are these people that are going to make me look better? That is what I hope he's actually saying.
But then if he loves Disney enough and he's trying to get it back to some sustainable thing, he's going to prioritize, I'm going to do all these things. They can hate me later. And then this is me being the devil's advocate. This could be full of nothingness, and he's not doing this. He doesn't care. But then eventually he'll get to a point where he needs his new team, and he recognizes that, and he makes those changes. I'm going to hope that he's just prioritizing things. I don't know. I just go here.
He had time. I mean, there was time. There was time to do these things.
When was the time?
There was time. And we were all working from home in the early pandemic days where the world was shut down.
There are companies that, because I was going to do this when I was in college. There are companies, we really deviated, but kind of not deviated, but there are companies that put together plans for like tech, like computer systems and stuff, where essentially, like, if there's a natural disaster, like, how do they back up their stuff and move it, whatever. Your man was in a for the first time.
Sure. I don't fault anybody for that. That, like, of course, it's a situation.
Now is the time, if any. I think. I don't think back then he was in a position to make a change like that. He was too busy trying to figure out how he wasn't going to shut down a company that people have loved for the past, however old, because I don't know math, years. So here we are. 50. Well, half 50. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm going to drink water now. And
Lexi is saying that's where him being unpolished makes that a problem. Disney has never been cheap, but the way he speaks makes it feel like an abusive relationship. He needs to be better at forming his words so as not to insult people he's trying to pull money from.
The
I
easy
feel
fix is right now he just doesn't need to talk. But he does talk, which I see the problem. I'm not saying it's not a problem.
Sure.
I'm just saying
But the people around him are also making comments they shouldn't be making.
Yeah, well, then, we can't. Okay, just okay. I'm just gonna say okay. Also, look at this. Look at what I did.
Stefan, what are you working on? You trying to do a braid? What's going on?
I'm trying to take a really tiny rubber band out of my hair, but my hair is thin, so it is now knotted into this rubber
that's
band.
not good.
Look at this.
I think it's hard in a world that exists where cameras are on you all the time, right?
Sure.
Like everyone has a camera. We have a camera on us right now. So I feel as though when you are now in positions in a company like Disney and you are one of these higher ups talking to people, you need to choose those words carefully.
I am not disagreeing with you.
Whoever you are in that company.
I don't disagree. If there were more Daddy DeMaros that had,
he's not perfect either, and I'm not trying to make this like he is the end all be all because he's not.
That's what I'm saying though. They have Disney what is that called? The Disney Academy where
Disney University.
Yeah, that thing. They have that. Why don't they do some speech classes, etiquette classes?
And that was my point. Just to wrap back in at the beginning of the pandemic is that people knew already that Chapek was not going to be Mr. Charming Pants. Chapek had
when the people mover went on fire, we knew it.
But what he could have done and taken a little time to do before he started becoming forward-facing guy during the pandemic is try to get over a little bit of those socially awkward things.
What's the saying? A zebra can't change its stripes.
Right. Well, that's it.
I can't say a lot of the words I want to say on this show. It takes. Oh my God, I don't know what other word to use. It takes a strength. That's a terrible word, but we're gonna go with it. It takes a strength that he clearly does not have to do. Like he clearly just doesn't have it right now. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
But it is a lot of getting the whole machine.
I agree.
Working then, and it's getting you. It doesn't matter if he's awkward or whatever word we want to use to describe why he's not the guy that we're all listening to. Then you have to get the people, even just to write the words for you, that are going to be writing the right words for you or speaking on your behalf or whatever it is. You need the right people.
Though? Like in a big company like that, is that just not a thing? Don't they have like
anywhere it should be there?
Well, I guess they all have like their own social media. Never mind. I'm cancel what I'm saying because I answered it for myself.
I mean, and I'm going to be a little fair and balanced too, and say these past two administrations that run the country, I also question how do they not have better people surround. That was my thing all the time. Where are the better people around? Like in both cases. So I'm just going to leave that as that and just say it. Because say that it isn't just Chapek, it's other CEOs. It's not just Disney. It's other companies that are having these struggles throughout the pandemic, post-pandemic, endemic, whatever the heck we're calling it today. But because it's Chapek and Disney together, it just feels so awkward as he probably is in real life. And that is why we run into this circular argumentative.
I'm genuinely, I am not disagreeing because like there are issues and we can see them as light as day. I'm just saying sometimes that's just people. And like we can fault them obviously because yes, it's Disney, it's a company, and he's in a little. But I mean, just trying to be a little nicer. That's all.
And so I'm going to play devil's advocate for first comment. Right, the thing that people are most upset about is the deep cuts and changes that have been made in the last 2 to 4 years. Okay, pandemic 1. Like what do you expect? 2 is you got Galaxy's Edge, you got Guardians Coaster, you got Ratatouille, you got all these things in the past 2 to 4 years that you didn't have. So like I said, are we better? Is Epcot better than it was 12 months ago with the 2 attractions? You could say that it is because, right, we have people saying,
yeah, I mean, they have given us something during this time. Like they've given us something. Like I think they're trying. I don't know. I don't know if they're succeeding, but I think they're in some convoluted way trying. But I think at some point there's a line between trying and just being greedy.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lewis is saying he's questioning the Josh is great versus Bob. And I can't really speak to that, except one is obviously better at the forward facing, and probably the other is better at business. So, and that's what that boils down to. And I couldn't sit here and tell you otherwise. I'd rather see, and I wouldn't tell you who from the outside world could possibly step in and replace that. Like if you told me tomorrow, like who's the basketball owner who's on Shark Tank, like Mark Cuban is going to become the CEO of Disney, I'd be like, yee! Yeah. Like he's charismatic, he's on TV, but I don't want him touching Disney with a 10-foot pole. But
I just like to people are sharing love. Lexi and Lewis are sharing love here. I just want to go back to say that because Lewis is saying, it's not easy to change your personality, and everyone puts their foot in their mouth. Absolutely. And this isn't even like a personal attack against Bob as a person. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. And I'm not trying to say that, if you are a certain type of person or a certain type of personality, you are now excluded and can't do certain things. It's the whole, like I said, it's the whole machine. I'm going to follow up because I need to know what all the facial expressions were, because it started a few minutes ago. I'm like, we're just letting it go, I think, at this point.
And Jen gets serious and Steffers goes off the rails.
It was when you started, so I was like, I'm gonna let that. I'm not gonna do with that. To me, it's just the whole machine. And I think when you have a leader and the leader is putting in people that no one seems to be clicking and running that machine properly, that's my worry. Steffers, what's on your television?
Trailer for The Rise of Gru, and honestly, there's some things on this. I just don't understand what this movie's about. There's just a lot going on there.
I think we have come to a fully realized conclusion.
Yeah.
Jen's final statement, only interrupted by Steffers' facial expressions, I think closes this out. So.
I'd like to say that I love everyone and I love all personalities, and so that's just what I would like to say.
Jen is going to be up all night thinking about, did I say something wrong? What did I say that made Lewis say that?
No. Lewis knows I love him.
I think that I can enjoy having these conversations and not getting attacked. Oh, I'm sure I will get attacked. Is this going online on the internet for people?
It might. All
right,
so
well, I'll get attacked on Twitter. No, it's all right. Nobody likes me for my Disney opinion, so it's all good. No more about it. I don't care. Post it. Just do it.
All right. And Steffers, where are you headed? You're going to see the movie tomorrow? Are you going to one of the parks tomorrow? Both parks? What are you doing?
The plan is both parks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how I feel tomorrow morning.
See how she gets up.
I might. Bye, Jeff. What are you doing? I was gonna go to the pool today. I did go to Disney Springs today, but I only went to Boathouse, and then we skedaddled. We mainly stayed at Universal today. I only rode one ride, which was ET, and then we went to Islands toward the end of the day when we were tired, and all we did was Seuss Landing, and we were gonna ride Cat in the Hat. That was down. Then we went to go do one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. That had a really long line, and it's not worth a long line. And then we went to go try to do Spider-Man, and that was down. So then we said, okay, time to go take a nap. And then I am still eating my dinner, but I need to record some of that. So I'm trying not to eat much.
Oh, I see. We're keeping you from your food content stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I took pictures while I was AFK on the camera. It's
supposed to be 30 minutes. We've gone
yes,
63 minutes.
This is only a 30-minute thing.
No, it's not your fault, Steffers. It's the usual.
You should have seen last week's. We didn't post it live. We didn't post it to the public because it went off the rails way too much.
I mean, I think the conversation we had today is worth putting it out there. That's just going to be my 2 cents. It's your show. You do what you want. I just think we had a good conversation.
Yeah. And Lexi said you can only have these conversations with people you like. Otherwise, she'd just leave. I appreciate that, Lexi. And I also find that to be true. I wouldn't even get into conversations like these with, some if I didn't know people well enough. So let's put it on YouTube where some people I may not know that well.
I mean, that's up to you. I think we talked about very different, like we talked about the different angles. So I think that that's just a fresh, not a fresh perspective, but like a different perspective that people can, I don't know, disagree or agree, but whatever.
Jeffers is contending that we did not do all 3 topics. So to review, we did talk about Bob Chapek and
No, but you didn't let them vote.
I know.
You're
Didn't let
trying
him
to
vote.
take voting away from
There
everybody.
was no
I
time
think.
for that. That's what the complaint is about. The vote. All right.
I think so.
Jurassic Life. All right.
He's also saying this could just be next week's podcast. That's true too.
You never know. All right. Stepha's got to film her food content, so we're gonna get out of here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here in the resort. Until next time, that's Steffers. She's Jen. I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.